Hey, Cancer, intuitive soul coach here with your November 2023 love and family reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below your video. All right, welcome. This is good for any and all placements of Cancer in your chart, or if you are interested in a Cancer. Now, there could have been some deception. I am getting that there may have been some deception in the past that you are releasing, because you have the deception card showing up in your main energy, but it's in reverse. So it says someone may have been wearing a false mask, and you may be making the effort now to overcome that situation, that dynamic, or to heal within oneself. I also get an energy of trust here. Trust. Maybe it doesn't have to do with betrayal in the sense of, cheating or third party, but it could be trusting in this person's words, what they tell you. Maybe they say something, it could be as simple as, I'm going to be there at 5 p.m. and then they don't get to the location or get to meet you until maybe 5:30 p.m. So I feel like someone needs to put in a little bit more effort or stay true to their words is what I feel here, Cancer. All right, now you have here, love yourself, you have express your love, you have make the effort. So a lot of energy about putting in the next step, right? Putting in the next step. As they say, take one step towards the gods, they'll take 10 steps towards you. This is a really beautiful energy surrounding this deception. So I am getting some of you, this could be your own mask coming off. Maybe it's that mask that you put on in order to protect yourself from being hurt, right? It could be that mask that you put on at times to feel like you can only be loved if you're needed or if you are wanted in a specific way. I feel like all masks are out. Something is being laid out on the table here. Something is being addressed, whether you are the one that is taking a deep dive, whether you are connecting with a person of interest. These are not just romantic relationship readings. This is for family as well, friends, and people that you have heart-to-heart connections with. You have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. And this can show up in so many different forms. Maybe it is releasing hurt and betrayal. It could be forgiveness. It may be mending. It could be taking a look at your own responsibility within this dynamic, your own triggers, your own flaws, and taking a look at how you respond to situations. So many times we're quick to point fingers at others, but we sometimes we don't like to point those fingers back at us because then we'll have to admit that there could be something going on here that we don't always want to address, because that can bring about past pain. Now, for some of you Cancerians, I'm getting a very powerful heart chakra here. So you are making the effort. Someone else may be making the effort, and you are open to receiving this. And in the past, that hasn't always been the case, but I am getting that you are ready. You're ready to receive this great love that is guiding you towards a higher level of commitments. For some of you, it could be putting yourself out there, getting back out there after maybe a heartbreak or a loss. And for some of you as well, you've had to go through and endure the process of self-love, right? Loving yourself first and foremost, because some of you were looking for love in all the wrong places, right? You were looking for love because maybe you didn't receive it from a mother, from a father, or from that friend or that coworker who had deceived you, or may have only reached out when they needed something or wanted something, and you started to kind of be a little bit of a doormat for people. You've had to focus on yourself and set healthier boundaries and know your worth. And I feel like you do, Cancer. You know your worth. You know what you bring to the table, and you're not going to invite anybody else to sit at that table unless they respect your worth, okay? Now you have expressed your love. It says, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So there is someone who's either coming in, someone who's already at that table, or it could be a family member who's really showing up maybe when you need them the most, or they are expressing how much you mean to them. Go ahead and accept and embrace. Now the deception card here, again, it is showing up in reverse, and I feel this has to do with a past situation of being hurt, betrayed, let down, being that doormat, being walked all over, right? And it could also be for some of you, you've had to build up a little bit of a wall. That was your defense mechanism, but that's coming off. All masks are coming off and something is laid on the table. And I feel like you're connecting with new people or strengthening relationships that currently exist. So you can have, and when I say eating at the table, I hope you're following me symbolically. So you can have the type of relationships where you get along and you're able to share in on the joy and the excitement that exists when you're able to be at the table. Think of any sort of family dynamic or family function. When you're all together, sometimes it can be a little bit hairy. For some of you, you don't have that family to celebrate with. I do feel like there's something you're being invited to, something you may be inviting others to. I mean, if you do celebrate the holiday season, we have Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas and Hanukkah and all of those good things. But you are coming from a different point of view. Yeah, because look at that. You have the 7 of Cups. So there's a lot of new things you can do this time around. And I feel like you're getting clear on what you want that to feel like, what you want it to look like. There is a sense of envisioning. And there's the 10 of Pentacles with everyone around the table. Oh, I'm loving this for you. Beautiful. So you know your worth. You know what you bring to the table. You're not, I don't want to say not settling, but really you're not settling. But you're also not just slamming the door in someone's face. I feel like you would give the shirt off your back, Cancer, to help someone else out. The devil energy. So you may have even opened your door. Some of you may have opened your door to people that, or you will, that people that maybe they don't have money or food or, you know, a home or something of that nature. I feel like you have opened your door in the past, and maybe something that shows up here in the present, but you're doing it in a healthy way, where maybe in the past you gave so much of your energy that it just left you exhausted. Yeah, 4 of Swords showing up. But now you know how to take care of yourself. You know when it's too much for you. If family comes to town, you know how much of the energy that you can take on, right? But you also know when to say, okay, we need to, you know, kind of go our separate ways. I appreciate it, but I need my space. I need my time. Let's take a look here. We're just getting all of your cards out on the table here before we connect to an outcome. All right, let's take a look and get what we have. How would you like? Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. Okay, so Cancer, I am getting a little bit of Gemini energy here for you as well. Some of you may be on that Gemini cusp, even though I don't see Gemini out here. I feel that some of you, okay, that may be part of the false mask, because sometimes, you know, the Gemini does represent the mask. So that could be part of it. For others of you, there's 2 sides to every story, 2 sides of a situation. You may be open to hearing that as well. I also get that some of you may have children and you may hear from maybe a principal or from a teacher. You may hear of your child doing something. I feel like there's 2 sides to the story, so just keep that in mind. I mean, I know you're well aware anyway. Don't jump to conclusions here. Don't let someone freak you out. Use your own discernment, use your own judgment. Now, your overall energy here, Cancer, is the Fool. Now, the Fool, look at this. He's open. He has his arms wide open, and he's saying, okay, universe. He has his eyes. He's looking upward. He's trusting in the divine, and he's saying, okay, I'm open to wherever this goes. I'm open to making the effort. I'm open to loving and expressing the highest form of love. You don't want to be fooled. You don't want to be foolish, because you don't want to look like you know, someone who does get taken advantage of here, Cancer. But I feel like this isn't that old energy. This isn't what, you know, it's not a replay of the past here. And you're realizing that now. And you're open to saying, I'm ready for a new type of love, a new journey. I'm ready to connecting. My house is open. My heart is open. And with this Fool, it comes with a fresh start. It comes with taking a chance, right? And every time we fall in love, we take a chance. We take a chance that, yeah, things may not turn out in the way we want them to. And just because that may have been the situation in the past, there's a little bit of a spook, right? A little bit of a spook of not trusting or letting your walls come down, or just being able to open up and completely surrender to someone else or to the divine. I feel like you're opening up to a new person. And again, you're putting it all out there, and that's exactly what he looks like he's doing. He's saying, okay, this is me, take it or leave it. And your challenge, or what's blocking you, Cancer, is the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups at times can be indulgences, right? It can be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. It can be a lot of different options showing up here. And look at that. There's actually a mask showing up in one of the cups. So I feel for some of you, you may be just a little bit airy at this time within your thoughts, wondering, okay, do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I connect with that person? Do we have dinner at our house? Do we go over there? Do we travel? Do we stay in? So there's a lot happening here for you, but don't overthink things is what I'm getting, because the Seven of Cups is actually a very nice card of having some options here, having people to explore your options with. If you are looking to get out into the dating world, I feel like, some of you may be saying, Melissa, there's no one out there. The market's, too much, or there's no one attracting the energy. If that is the case here, that's where you rein in this energy and focus on that self-love, right? And for those of you who you are putting yourself out there, and there's a lot of people, and it's feeling a little bit like a headache, distracted at times, but you're ready for this new journey, just don't make any rash or impulsive decisions, but have fun, explore, but be true to who you are on the deepest level. Don't hold back in fear that someone is going to judge you or criticize you. Now, of course, don't lay it all out there on your first date. You may want to kind of ease, but be honest. If someone asks you, it means they want to know. And even if that is deep on the first date, I feel like it's important that you answer honestly and authentically. Now, for those of you in a relationship here, you may want a new beginning here. You may want to bring something together. Maybe there was external influences that affected this relationship, whether it was, working, could be substances, maybe it was people, it could be too many people caught in a mix here, maybe in-laws or parents or children, stepchildren, things of that nature, employees. I just feel like there's a lot happening here, but it doesn't mean that it has to be a bad energy. It's just that someone may like their space. And the challenge here this month is just feeling overwhelmed. Well, if you have all these people in your energy, and that's the only option, is to have them in their energy, how can you have that help you or work with you to your advantage? Now, that doesn't mean, Cancer, taking advantage of someone else, but it means, can you turn maybe a situation that's less than ideal into a more ideal situation, right? Ask someone. If a mother-in-law is staying with you, say, hey, I would really love if you could watch the kids so me and, the husband, or me and the wife can go out on a date. Or if you have someone living with you, or if there's a boss or a coworker, it's important to be you and stay decisive with your decisions. Stay decisive is the message here too. Cancer, what's below you? The Ten of Pentacles. Some of you haven't seen your family in quite some time. Some of you may be at a distance. There could be loss. Okay, someone, Leonard, is there a Leonard? Maybe someone's named after a grandfather or great-grandfather, maybe Leo. Maybe some of you are dealing with a Leo. I feel like someone could be named after a loved one or a relative. There is a coming together here. I feel like there is more peace. If you're getting stressed out, and this happens so often, and it always boggles my mind, because family holidays, that should be an exciting time, but we focus so much on making sure everything is perfect and making sure, there's presents and there's all this physical stuff out there. And so many times we lose sight of what's happening in here, the connection, the belonging, the joy, the getting together, the love, the watching the children play, watching, others embrace and eat in the delicious foods and drink and just celebrating here. And sometimes that gets lost in the mix of clutter and chaos. So ask for help if you need it, but also know that it's okay to not have everything perfect. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. It's okay to not have everything perfect. And I feel like you're a very good host, Cancer. You're able to bring a lot to the table here, but it doesn't have to, if there's a little bit of a, let's say a spill, right, to this table that we're also talking symbolically, but yet physically, we don't have to cry over spilt milk is kind of what I'm getting here. If there's a little bit of a spill, or let's say the cat climbs up the Christmas tree, you've all seen probably, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, right? If something goes wrong, we don't have to let that ruin our whole holiday or our whole day. I feel like there are solutions here. Laugh it off. It makes a great story later on, but you can do it sooner rather than later. We don't have to let it ruin the moment. Because in the past, you do have the devil. It's showing up in reverse, though, which is good. Because this can be letting go of perfectionism. It can be letting go of codependency. It can be addictions, materialism, obsessions, manipulation, and fears. You're reclaiming your power here, and you're saying, not anymore, Satan, right? I feel like this is about you gaining a sense of empowerment by being able to be solid and strong in your choices, in who you bring to the table and what you offer. So in the past here, there's a little bit of that bad girl or bad boy vibes is what I'm getting here for some of you. Okay, and I feel like I'm getting the words white knuckling. Maybe some of you are white knuckling. Maybe someone was trying to get through a situation by white knuckling. Okay, I feel like this devil can be some pretty kinky stuff here as well. But I do feel with this showing up in reverse, this is about letting go of that illusion of obsession, right? When we become so obsessed with a person, a place, a thing, a situation, a pattern, a habit, or an outcome, or an expectation, we think about it constantly, right? We think about it. It's on our mind. We can't focus on anything else. We feel scattered. That's probably why you have the Seven of Cups here showing up, Cancer, because it's important that you allow your space and time and energy to freely open up to the things that are most important, not to obsess about the one thing, right? Maybe the spilled milk, in order to have more fun in the moment. Now, what's above you, Cancer? You have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is the card of healing, relaxation. It is the card of self-love and rest and retreat. Because some of you work really hard, and maybe you are the one that's always getting stuff for everyone else, right? Maybe, for example, I'm going to go back to the table. Maybe you're the one that's cooking and you're cleaning and you're doing the dishes and you're watching the kids and you're, making sure everyone is good and happy. But at the end of the night, what's here for you? What did you get from it? And it doesn't mean that you have to, expect something in return. But what I'm getting here is it's important for you to play and be a part of it and allow yourself that downtime, right? Ask someone else to do the dishes. Ask someone to bring, a dish to pass, or ask someone to maybe watch the children, or, to just give you some time for you. Ask your husband or your spouse to focus on or help around the house or help with the family so you can take a hot bubble bath. Whatever this is here, it's important for you to rest and rejuvenate. And if you are single, I feel like you're feeling good if you're single here, because you have some options and you're feeling desirable. I'm also getting here. Look at her. She's feeling good about her situation here. and she's looking good, she's feeling good because she's allowing herself to rest. And so often we feel like we have to be people pleasing and we have to be doing something at every given moment, and we have to be the best mother and the best father and the best of a friend, right? And we have all of these expectations of who the world wants us to be or who we perceive ourselves to be through all the labels, right? This is about you kicking back and just saying, I am me. I'm okay with being me. I'm okay with where I'm at in my life. I don't need to overwork, overthink, overcomplicate. I don't need to ignore the signs of rest or obsess about anything anymore. I can just be free without those thoughts that come creeping in and take me to places that maybe I don't want to go. So what's showing up in the near future? 8 of Wands. Woo! This is exciting. Some of you, this is adventure, travel. You could be solo. Okay, I'm getting solo traveling for some of you. For others of you, you could be traveling to family because you have the 10 of Pentacles here as well. The Fool, though, can be some rapid, the 8 of Wands with the Fool is some rapid communication with someone that maybe you're obsessed about at first, right? Or maybe there's an energy of, okay, I want to put so much, there's so much feelings and emotion and excitement coming in here, which is good, but try not to attach yourself to just focusing on that because you may have other things to take care of as well. 8 of Wands is a beautiful energy, and this is exciting because actually it looks like she's holding on to a hand, and it's almost like she's, come with me, right? Come with me. So you could be asking someone to maybe move in or to travel, to see the world. You could be very excited about a situation because you're making the effort here and you're choosing here to express your love. And you see here that she has all of these sunflowers on her cloak, and so she's feeling quite happy. So wherever you're going, Cancer, whether this is metaphorically, symbolically, physically, you're going to a place that's going to bring a lot of happiness and excitement. Okay, I'm getting a couple names here, or places, geographical locations. I'm getting Lake Tahoe, and then I'm getting Athens. So Athens, maybe Greece. Some of you could be traveling, or maybe you're going to the mountains or you're going to a lake. Please take that as it resonates. You may meet someone that lives in one of those areas as well. So how are you doing? You have the Justice card showing up here. You want to bring balance into your life. It is showing up in the upright. So I feel like this is good karma, right? And basically karma, it gets such a bad rap, but karma is basically the law of cause and effect, right? What we put out into the world, it's going to ripple and we get back to us what we put out. So this Justice says that you've been putting out some good energy and you're going to see it coming back to you here tenfold. And when this Justice shows up, if you were dealing with a legal situation, some of you, you're releasing yourself from it. Okay, there could have been a lot of back and forth. You have the Fool. There could be something that you're finally moving on from, and you may hear news that something is finalized or completed. For others of you, this could be getting into a new union. Maybe you're signing a new contract, whether it's a marriage contract or whether it is a soul contract. I just heard here sacred contract. This is beautiful. But the Justice energy is about equality and fairness. It's about truth, right? I want the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Even if the truth hurts, but you don't want to deal with anything shady. You'd rather know the truth now than to hear it, 10 months from now. And so I feel like you're laying it all out there, Cancer. And you're going to say to someone, okay, take it or leave it, because this is what I have. There could be some sort of negotiation as well. Maybe it has to do with a child with a Page of Swords. It could be a custody, maybe child support, alimony, something like that. Okay. 3 of Wands showing up here in your energy as well says some of you could even be moving and there could be a restriction around where you move to, or you may be worried that someone is going to take you to court for custody. Okay. I feel like there's going to be clear communication. There's going to be a positive outlook. There's some sort of positive news around a judgment or around that justice energy showing up here, because this is good. It's showing up in the upright. You see two people here willing to talk things out, maybe with a mediator or with a third party, someone who is able to help you find a solution. Okay. And if this doesn't have to do with a mediator or law, I feel like you and someone else could be talking to another person about a situation. So for example, let's say this third party energy, let's say it's a mother-in-law or, a stepmother, someone of that nature. You and a spouse may be getting together. Maybe you're both on the same page and you're saying, okay, Ma, we need to talk to you about a situation here. It's from both of us and we want to let you know blank, 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 right? So you could be, you and your spouse or partner talking to someone else, and maybe you're dropping some positive news. It doesn't have to be bad, right? And it doesn't look to be bad here for any of you, because I don't have any negative cards. So you could be telling a family member like, hey, we're moving, or you may be saying, Mom, we're getting married. I also feel you could be telling, maybe you're telling an ex-husband or ex-wife that you want to move, you want to travel. You may be asking for something that I feel like they'll negotiate or compromise on. Okay, Page of Swords energy is in your hopes and fears, because what's showing up in your environment here is this Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands, you can see that she's holding a map. Does that look like Athens, Greece? Maybe. But I feel like for some of you, you have the map here and she's pointing ahead. So it's like she knows the direction. She has the map in front of her, and she's just discovering at this time. And it's exciting as well. When the Three of Wands shows up, this is about staying optimistic. It's about your patience and your hard work paying off. So don't take your eye off the prize here, Cancer, because I feel like you're closer than you think. And there's going to be some form of justice here, some sort of settlement or resolve that has to maybe do again with children. Some of you are looking to maybe adopt, or this may have to do with seeing a grandchild or seeing an opportunity here for what it is. Because the Page of Swords doesn't have to represent children. This Page of Swords can be about you're ready for a new challenge, right? It's about finding the facts, finding the details about a situation. Very inquisitive, very creative, right? They go back to the drawing board and say, what can I do to make this better? Or what can I do or look at that maybe I missed? Sometimes the Page of Swords, he's a little curious creature, and he can get into trouble. Like curiosity killed the cat, right? So I feel like there's a situation where you're digging into it a little bit, but in this case, it's going to help you out. You're going to land on your feet here. And let's see, your final outcome, Cancer, final outcome, you have the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords is cutting through the BS, or being able to get clear and decisive on a direction. And it looks like this direction is quite beautiful. But it may be that you're leaving behind something that maybe relied on you, because with this Knight of Pentacles, you can see that she has her bike and there's a horse waiting for her in the background. And on her bike there, she has a basket holding apples and holding, fresh fruits and garden veggies. And that horse is probably getting used to her coming and feeding the horse apples and treats. And it starts to look forward to her energy each and every day. So a couple of things happening here. Either you're getting very clear on what it is that you want, and you're slowly but surely building trust between you and another person, or building trust within yourself to start a new routine, to build intimacy. I'm hearing intimacy for some of you. And intimacy doesn't just have to be, sexual. It can be being intimate with yourself by trusting in the decisions that you make. But I also get that some of you, you're building a sense of reliability between you and another person. Like I can rely on you. And we talked about that in the beginning here. Instead of someone maybe showing up at, 5:30 when they said they're going to be there at 5, they're starting to show you that you can rely on them. I get that here with the Ace of Swords. And you have here the book. So you're learning something, you are gaining knowledge. There is some sort of a, you may even be sending a child off to school. Could be college here. You may invite maybe a child back into your home. Of course, your door is most likely always open, but someone could be coming home for, the time being here. But I love this energy for you, Cancer, because I don't feel like this is a negative month by any means. It looks to be a very powerful month in matters of the love and heart and family, especially because you're releasing something with the devil here in the past showing up in reverse. And I feel for a lot of you, it has to do with obsessive thoughts, behaviors, and patterns, things that kind of leave you feeling a little bit discombobulated with the Seven of Cups. Feels a little scattered within that energy, and you're just not quite sure, but you're getting clear here, especially towards the end of the month with all the books, knowledge, education, research. I feel like you are clearing up some of that mental space to create a new opportunity here. Beautiful energy. All right, what do we have here from the wisdom of the Oracle for Cancer, please? All right. Oh, we have the peace showing up, and we also have the yin energy. Now, I like the yin showing up because this is about the feminine principle of receptivity, about receiving the help. And we've been talking about that in your whole reading here. So it is aligned with that Four of Swords. She's just kicking back there. She's resting after a time of really working hard or working on her self-healing, self-care. She may be in recovery mode or just relaxation mode here. So embrace it, because that's going to bring you more peace. And you have the peace card. It's showing up in reverse, so it could be a struggle at times to let someone else do it because you're used to jumping in and saying, oh, I can finish up the dishes, right? When really you're being called just to sit back, just to relax and allow someone else to take over. So some of you really are true, people pleasers or perfectionists. All right, let's take a look here. Card 2 is all about letting someone else make the first move. It is about gathering information and taking cues. Hello, Ace of Swords, and what we were just talking about here in your final outcome. And it's about the art of conscious allowing. So what that means is we are consciously aware that we are able to say yes and mean it. That we're able to say, yes, I accept your compliment, or yes, I accept your help, without then needing to step in and interfere or block it, or, jump in. Like we said, when it comes to dishes, there's, yes, it's great to help, but let someone do it. Let someone else do it here. Let others take the lead right now, Cancer. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. I love this. Yeah. So when you ask for help and you consciously are open to receiving help, it's going to surprise you because they've had it all along, but maybe it was you at times that didn't allow it. I hope that makes sense. Now, card 23. It is showing up in the reversal here, so we're going to read the reversal, but of course with everything, there's a polarity and we can shift that energy to more peace, which I see you doing here. So let's take a look at the lower vibration of this card. This has to do with freedom from attachments and radical acceptance. I really like that word, that phrase, radical acceptance. Now, when it comes to the protection message, now is a time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. Even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, all that it means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be filled with beautiful music. Yes, it will. And we see that happening here. So the Fool card, he is surrendering. Some of you are still in the throes of this devil energy in the past, but when we start to release that attachment, as it says here, we embrace more peace in our lives. And it says, when two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. So peace is yours, and it's to be savored. So for a lot of you, I feel it does have to do more with that reversal as well, about letting something go. Letting the detachment or detaching from it can give you more peace. And it can bring about a profound transformational shift in the way that you view things, the way that you view maybe get-togethers or family functions, family in general. It can really pertain to how you view relationships, but you're making the effort here in a different way than maybe you've made the effort in the past. And other people are doing that as well. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. I hope it resonates. Overall, it looks to be a very powerful, positive month for you. You can overcome a lot of, this fear, this obsession energy, or just feeling like you're taking on so much or feeling burdens. There's also a big chunk of clarity coming in here for you, and it's going to set you up for success, because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow and steady energy of abundance, right? This Knight of Pentacles is dependable. They're trustworthy. They wait for the perfect time, but they're also very practical. They're very down to earth. And I feel like this is the month that you are more, down to earth as well. More of a going with the flow instead of being rushed is what I feel. Thank you so much for tuning in, Cancer. If this message resonates, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for tuning in, Cancer. Lots of love.